I've been using the Logitech G933 as my main wireless headset for walking around the house, listening to music and videos, because it's comfortable, has a good sound, and also some extra function buttons which I use as media controls. Having media controls on a wireless headset is awesome, if you move around a lot like I do anyway. And I generally only use wireless now, because I love having that freedom. The two complaints I hear about wireless is that there is some delay, and the sound quality isn't as good. If either is true, I'm willing to make the sacrifice, but you really have to find what's right for you. So the G933 is a great headset, but it might be too expensive for some people. And if that's the case, the G533 is worth a look instead. Here's a quick tour so you know what it looks like. It's a similar design to the G933, but without the extra flair. Most of it is a textured plastic, but it has some glossy plastic on the cups, which of course picks up fingerprints. It has an extendable headband with metal for strength and durability. The padding is comfortable when wearing glasses, and it can breathe, so your ears shouldn't heat up as much as a fully enclosed set. Ear cups are a fairly standard 7.5 by 5.5 cm across, and 2 cm deep. The headband seems to have good flex to it, it doesn't seem tight, and they don't make any sound when I do this. And the ear cups rotate so you can rest them on your shoulders too. It comes with a 2-meter charging cable, just plain rubber, and other than the USB adapter, that's all that comes in the box with the headset. And they're fairly lightweight at about 350 grams. There is a volume control wheel on the back, as well as a customizable button, and it has an on and off switch. On the front, the microphone isn't hidden like on the G933, but it is extendable. The mic on the G533 is meant to be noise cancelling, loud, and clear. But this is what it sounds like at 100% volume, and it's just to the side of my mouth. This is too low, so I'm going to do the rest of the testing with a gain on it. This is how it sounds with 10 dB gain, and while the volume is good, it's still tinny. It doesn't sound natural, and there is a fair bit of background noise now too. I'll just let you listen to that for a second. There is automatic microphone noise removal in the software. This is with it off, and this is with it on. I couldn't tell the difference. For comparison, this is a G933. I haven't put any gain on it, but it does seem about the same volume. And while it's still not great, the voice does sound more natural. And this is a Razer Man of War mic at 80% volume. It removes all background noise and sounds much warmer and more natural. And yes, all of these recordings are raw audio, so I've done no editing on them. Now just checking the bleed, I have the headset on, I'm about 20 centimeters away from the mic, and that's all that's being picked up. I think the bleed is fairly well controlled. You could walk around the house and not disturb people, but you might need to turn it down a bit at night. According to the box, the driver is Pro G 40mm, 20Hz to 20kHz, 32 ohms, and the wireless range is about 15 meters, but that will depend on the walls you have in the way. So far, it seems to handle walls quite well, even better than the G933 at times. The battery life is meant to be about 15 hours, which seems fairly accurate by my use. The performance in game is good, but then so are most headsets. I haven't found an advantage to any yet, other than a very slight location awareness with the 7.1, which these have. For the headphone quality, they're actually pretty good. They seem to have a fairly tight sound. When I compared them with the G933, they seem to be missing some of the mid and high range. They had a warmer sound. That could either be a good or a bad thing, it really depends what you want. Here's a listen to each with the visualizers running. I've recorded each with a stereo microphone, but this isn't a perfect test. It's just an indication of the sound for you. In the visualizers, it's clearly showing that the lower range is a bit up on the G533, giving it that warmer sound. The G933 is flatter across the range, with more volume on the mid-highs and highs. Most of the people I speak to prefer a deeper bass sound, less emphasis on the highs, so I'm assuming they've done this on purpose, as it's going to be heard as a more pleasant sound for many people, even if it's not as accurate as the G933. It uses Logitech's usual software, so it has great functionality and options. You can set the G button to whatever you want. I've set mine to next track, but there are audio commands, media, keystroke, multi-key, mouse functions, hotkeys, and more. This tab shows the battery life and gives an estimate, and if you're not happy with the sound, you can adjust the equalizer, and also use the side tone so you can hear yourself talking. It also has surround sound mode, which I prefer to leave on for entertainment value. Not really an advantage in games, but either is good. In conclusion, it's essentially a cheaper G933, but it's missing a few features and has some minor improvements. And of course the overall quality perhaps not quite there either. I changed to this and used it as my main during testing, and the only reason I missed the G933 is not having the extra 2 buttons. I usually have them set to play, next and previous track, which again is great to have on a wireless headset. The sound quality, comfort, wireless range are all good at the price point, and I'm actually happy to keep using them. If you're in the market for a wireless headset but don't want to spend the extra on the G933 or another brand, it could be a good option. As always, it's up to you. Personally, I'd choose the G933 if I had the money for it, but if you can only afford the G533, then of course that would be your option. Both are good in their own ways, and both have their drawbacks, like all headsets. Hopefully this review has helped you know what to expect, so you can make a more informed decision. If you want to help support the channel, I'll leave the usual links in the description. Also, as always, this isn't a paid review, but Logitech did send them out to me for testing purposes, so a special thanks to them. And as always, subscribe, like and share this video, and I'll catch you in the next.